We would all like our products to be long-lasting and durable. Sadly, most companies think differently. Think about it. If a product lasts a long time, then consumers would buy it less often. So they would have to raise their prices to compensate. This results in their products being less appealing. So many companies have used a technique called planned obsolescence, the action of making products break, fail, or seem useless at a certain point in order for customers to throw them away and buy more. The main subgroups of planned obsolescence are perceived, dated, and systematic obsolescence. Perceived obsolescence is where a newer version of a product is made to look and or sound amazing and cool, convincing the customer that the current product is inadequate, thus making them throw it away and buy the newer one. For example, the iPhone 13 and iPhone 14. Dated obsolescence is when the product is planned to break and become obsolete after a certain period of time, usually before its actual lifespan, making the owner buy another. So a product's lifespan could be here, but it's shortened to here. Lastly, systematic obsolescence. It's related to software updates and newer versions of apps or components not being compatible with older versions, or when the company stops support for an older version of a product. For example, in the image, Microsoft stops providing support for Windows 7 and releases the Windows 10. So Windows 7 users have to buy a newer version so that they don't get hacked. Companies also make their products hard to repair by the owner. This is done with electronics, as companies now glue the components together instead of using screws, making them practically impossible to repair. So what does this all mean? What are the implications? Other than wasting tons of money, this also drains the earth of its resources, especially resource-intensive products like electronics. For ones that require plants, clothes, and wooden furniture, this can lead to pollution from fertilizer and pesticide runoff, or lead to mass deforestation of an area. The metals in phones are especially damaging. Some of the metals are conflict minerals. These metals are extracted and sold to fund the war effort in the region. I don't think human rights is their priority. Some of the metals refining and mining process are also very harmful, as the chemicals used can leach into water and damage the surrounding environment and locals. Lastly, metals like cobalt, which is used in batteries, comes from the DRC, or Democratic Republic of the Congo. 70% of it does, which is known to practice child labor and has horrendous mining conditions. As waste piles up in landfills, greenhouse gases like methane and CO2 are released, as well as hydrogen sulfide, which contributes to acid rain. Lastly, it takes up land that could be used for living, farming, and industrial processes. To top it all off, most of the materials thrown away are not recycled. So what should you do? First, if your product is a little torn or broken, ask yourself, is it still usable? Can I repair this? And if it's unusable, and you can't repair it, of course, then see if you can use it for something else. If you want to buy a newer product, even when your current one is still operable, ask yourself, if you're buying this just because it looks cool instead of practicality. If you're going to buy it, because of its benefits, of course, are they really worth the cost? But if you do end up buying a new product because its improvements meet your demands, try to give your old one as a gift to a friend or family member. Or you could also donate it to charity. This is especially good if it's a phone or a computer, for reasons I've explained previously. Lastly, if you keep finding that your products keep breaking too soon, you should try to buy from a different company, preferably one that sells products that last longer. And you could also research the average lifespan of a company's products, because who knows, maybe a company that sells sneakers that last twice as long as ones produced by Nike or Adidas. Remember, not throwing out products that often or still have functionality spares a lot of waste, especially from electronics, and obviously saves money. Extra potential greenhouse and harmful gases, of course. And lastly, you don't have to order or buy locally as often. Thank you for listening.